Morning. It's again here on Monday, March 30th, and we're coming towards 2 weeks into this quarantine, and I think a lot of us are starting to realize how bored we can be if we do nothing and allow ourselves just to kind of sulk and sink on the couch. If you have kids, that became your life, especially as dads, or mothers that were full-time workers. We're starting to have to pull out the hot guns on parenting and figuring ways to keep our kids active, keep them busy, keep them learning, keep them motivated to be in school. I mean, if we're not teacher, we're mom or dad, so listening to us is it's a daily challenge as is. Now to teach them something where you have to make them pay attention, it's rough. Back on to speaking on teaching them something, it's also important that we're stimulating our own minds. I mean, a lot of us aren't working, depending on what industry you're in, or if you have the ability to work from home, but only that can go so far. You still need to fill in the gaps on what to do with yourself out of your ordinary routine. This is a great time for us to learn a new skill, learn something that's going to help us grow when we simply didn't have the time before. We've put it off. It's something we really want to do, but just due to circumstances and time frames and everything else that goes on in our lives, we put it on the back burner and say, well, I'll get to that when I have time. That day is today. So pull out that to-do list, dust it off and get going. What I'm doing is I'm currently educating myself a little bit more in the industry that I'm in, which is martial arts, fitness, nutrition, health. Just because it's really all I care about is helping people, and the more I know, the more I can help. So there's a lot of things that we can always keep learning, especially today with the way things adapt, especially when it comes to health and fitness. So it's important to keep our mind moving, keep learning from the new things that are coming into the industry. There's new people that come along with different perspectives of things we already know. That's also a great way to learn. But you got to be humble to go that route, to be able to listen to somebody that has a different opinion than you, or a different observation, that probably something that could benefit you, make you better in one area where you're lacking. I'm doing that all the time. That's how we get better. We don't just wake up and have the answers to everything. We got to learn from people that have different perspectives, and sometimes learn from people that figured it out. That's just how it is. So the question will be, what are you doing right now to better yourself? Are you learning a new skill? Maybe you're reading a new book if you're a book reader. Maybe you're catching up on movies if you're a Netflix person. That's not really learning a new skill. That's more about filling time. But I'm just curious on what it is you guys are doing to fill the gaps in times that you normally did not have there before. Can't travel, can't go out and have a good time. So we're inside getting creative, especially again with kids. You got to figure out ways to have fun. Because we're just very limited on things right now, and we don't know how long that's going to be. So take the time, just learn a new skill. There's so many things out there that we could be doing that you can do from home. Learn an instrument. I think every person on this planet would love to play an instrument if you can't. That's a lot of fun. I mean, how can it not be? Music is a great way for anybody that has a heartbeat or a soul to allow yourself just to kind of relax and understand that life is precious and music is beautiful. I myself am huge into music. I say it all the time. If I didn't get into martial arts and where I scream for a living, I used to have a good voice. I would have loved to go into music because it's beautiful. It's touching, it's recognizable to everybody, it's universal. So if you're learning an instrument, you got no more better time than now for resources, that's for sure. You can go to YouTube and learn how to rebuild an engine. You can go to YouTube and learn how to play a guitar and play a piano. So try that out. That's a lot of fun. We can all do that. Another thing to do is pick up cooking. I know a ton of people right now that are into the baking, which is a ton of fun. How can it not be? Because not only with the work that you do successfully, you get to enjoy it and eat all the good stuff. So baking is also a great one, man or woman. It's a great skill to have, to be able to cook. Maybe making entrees, you're learning how to make food, dinners. That's a lot of fun because it can get creative, again, like anything else. And again, you have the resources with YouTube and any other video blogs where people are doing walkthroughs, step by step. This is how you learn anything if you're a visual person like myself. So try that out. That's a lot of fun too. Just make sure you're baking things that make sense right now due to lack of, exercise for a lot of people, which should not be the case. That's another thing when it comes to keeping your workouts up. You have to get creative. And there's always the bodyweight workouts that benefit everybody. Push-ups, squats, plank holds, movements like burpees, lunges. These are all good workouts to do at home The hard part is the motivation, which I understand, which is why a lot of gyms are doing these online workouts, not just online, but live. Because that's really a great way to stay engaged and motivated, by having the coach right there talking to you, watching you. Everybody can benefit from that. So working out should definitely not be put on the back burner. No matter what new things you're trying, that should be one of the main things that never stops. You just got to adapt and find new resources currently. Go online, and I know there's a ton of us professionals in the fitness industry that are going online with it. There's a lot more presence when it comes to creating, to making content, because it's important. There's a lot of people that don't have the knowledge or the motivation. They need it. We all need it. We all need to stay physical, and health is really what gives you the best odds to be able to overcome something like this virus. That's never been different. That's always been the case. Good health equals a strong immune system, which makes it a lot easier for you to combat this thing if you catch it, unfortunately, if you're one of those people. So stay working out, pick up a new skill set. It could be anything. I'm curious actually what people are going to get creative with doing. There's a lot of things we could be doing because of the resources. You have YouTube, you can learn anything. You can go in there and you can learn how to speak another language. It's craziness. So try something out. I would like to know, what are you doing right now to learn, to pick up a new skill? Anything. Could be anything. I'm just curious. Well, I got nothing but time like the rest of you. I'm fortunate enough to own a gym for now. So I can come here and work out and relieve my stress, but a lot of people don't have that benefit. So what are you doing at home to get creative with your workouts also? That's important, because there's a lot of other people that don't know what to do. Maybe you've got something that's a great idea that somebody else could also mimic and mirror. And, you can spread from there. We should be supporting each other. We're all in this together. I don't care who you are. You can have a lot of money. And in the end, we're all dealing with the same problems every day as most people are. Finances aside. Those are minimal problems that we're dealing with compared to the other things that are taking place right now. So we're all in this together. We should be supportive. We should not be doing the latter. We should not be turning against each other. Okay? 2 weeks ago, nobody even knew what the word social distancing means. Now people are living and dying by it, treating people negatively, being mean to them. There's racial profiling going on. God forbid you cough or sneeze in public. Now you're public enemy number one. It's nonsense, but we just got to make sure that we remain a good person, because we may have things that can change and challenge and threaten our physical capacities, but there's nothing on this planet that mandatory makes you be a bad person. So let's be good to each other. Let's help each other out. These are just being a human. They're humane things to do. Why would you want to treat somebody bad when they're in the same boat you're in, the same position you're in? Even worse for a lot of people. So let's take care of each other. But take care of yourself. Make sure you keep it on your workouts. Again, get creative with it. Post it on YouTube. Maybe you have support a community of people that you can motivate. But more than anything, make sure you're doing something, especially with the limited resources you currently have. And also learn something new with all this newfound free time that you have. So talk to me. I want to know what it is you're doing to learn something different. What are you doing for your workouts, and how creative are you getting? And what's your day-to-day right now? A lot of people's life changed overnight just like that in a matter of the last week or two. Let's talk about it. I want to know what people are doing. Yeah, there's a lot of us, not a lot of us, all of us are trying to find things to do every single day throughout the day, especially with kids. So let's talk about what we're doing. What are you guys doing out there? I want to hit the bullet points. I want to know what you've done to learn something, a new skill, or something to help grow. I want to know what you're doing for your workouts. How creative are you getting? What are you doing? What challenges are you facing? Is it motivation? Are you struggling to get creative with actually what workouts to do? And what's your day-to-day in general? And are you waking up at the same time, going to bed at the same time? I want to know. Let's conversate a little bit, just so that way we can stay, in communication with others, with our loved ones, with our friends. Keep it normal. The less normal we act, the harder it's going to be to get back to who we were before, once this thing passes, which it will. We got to make sure that we keep our morals and our integrity, and who we are is who we are today, tomorrow, next week, when this thing passes. Let's do that. But I want to hear it all.